What's up, guys? It is your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here for my weekly accountability chat. I am joined with Victoria, Adventures in Reselling, and anybody else who wants to join. I'm supposed to have, I think, one other person, but I can have up to 3 people on this StreamYard. So if anybody else wants to join, send me a DM, although I can't guarantee that I'm going to get it once we get into the conversation. But this is open. This is an accountability call. I do it every single Monday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard, for resellers to check in. How was your week? What successes did you have? And what goals are you setting for the next week? We chat and we learn. It's kind of, I came from a corporate America setting, and now I understand why we had staff meetings. It was good to check in and brainstorming coming from each other. So I'm going to check in with Victoria while we wait for some people to check into the chat. I am a reseller. Let me do my little spiel for the recording. I am a reseller. I also have a degree in mathematics and do data analytics. So if you like content like that, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button on your way out of this. But I'm going to check in with Victoria. I was on Victoria's live last week, so head on over to her channel after this one. Head on over to her channel. It was very fun and casual, and she has like some really fun questions. So it was a really good time over there. But Victoria, I'm going to check in with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what platforms you sell on, how you got started into reselling, and then let's go with, I'll let you pick either what you had for dinner or what show you're into right now.
Okay, I'll do what I had for dinner since I just came back from dinner. Let me do that one first.
Okay.
We had Mexican. Oh, love Mexican.
Like takeout?
Salsa. Well, we were going to do takeout, but we went to the restaurant.
I'm pretty sure you had that last time we talked.
Probably. I have it a lot.
Yeah, because you guys were talking about margaritas. Mexican's my favorite. Where are you located? I don't remember.
Florida. Jacksonville.
Okay. Oh, and do you get good Mexican there?
We do. We have a couple of good Mexican restaurants. So yeah.
Because I lived in Florida for a little bit, and you could not get Mexican. You could get like Cuban and some South American, but I could not find. I'm in Colorado, and so we're, a bit closer to.
What part of Florida did you live in, though?
In Miami. So like.
Oh, well, that's why.
Yeah.
Yes, Cuban food is big down in Miami. Good Cuban food though.
Oh yes, yeah. There. Like I would get a strip steak and like chimichurri sauce for like $9.99. Like in Colorado, that costs like $50.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We Hold on, just a second.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Can you talk to Jordan? She just called.
I'm going to say what's up to people in the chat. What is up with people in the chat? What are you guys doing? Oh, there's Duncan. I went to the grocery store this week, Duncan, and got stuff to make pizza. So hopefully next time I talk to you, Nick will have, that's my husband, will have smoked some pizza. He smoked hot wings tonight. They were delicious.
You told me about that smoked pizza. That sounds wonderful.
Yes, I got stuff this week. I went to the store this morning at like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was glorious. There was like one other person there. It was
You're way
amazing.
Too young to go to a store at 7 a.m. I thought that's when the elderly were supposed to go. They're probably there from 6 to 7.
Well, it opens at 7. I had to take my daughter somewhere at 9, and I was up, and I was like, I'm just going to get it out of the way now. Yeah. And it was nice. It was really nice. Okay, so no, it's okay. How did you get into reselling? What platforms do you sell on, and how did you get into reselling?
I sell on eBay. Is the only one right now. I did sell on Mecari and PoshMark. Actually, I started out on PoshMark, but then it got really slow. What I was selling, I sold out of, and then the rest of the stuff got really slow. And when I started on eBay, it took me so much time to get everything on eBay that I just didn't have time for PoshMark. So I kind of put that on hold for right now. I'll get back to it eventually, but right now I've just put it on hold.
So do you prefer eBay now? Because you've been on all 3 of them, and if you're only on eBay, why did you pick eBay?
I really like eBay. I really do. I don't know. I was scared of it at first. It's scary. Because of all the returns and all the, the stuff that people say happen. And every time eBay sneezes, it seems like something goes wrong. Is in the world that we live in, the reseller world, it seems like everybody's always complaining about something going wrong. But so far, so good. Knock on wood. But I really do like it. And a big part of that push was Duncan. Duncan VR got me to go over there. Him and a friend of mine we call her Jenny. She's not really named that, but we call Jenny. Her name is Jenny, and they got me to go over there. So right now I'm only selling on eBay.
Yeah. Well, I feel like because I have been on eBay for about 6 months, and every person, not every, but like 98% of like full-time resellers, I do this for an income, are at least on eBay, if not more on eBay than other platforms.
Yeah.
And it's taken me so long, but I'm like, I am not giving up on this because everybody is, all about the eBay, and I'm finally getting there. And I can see the allure to it. It's very complex in the beginning, but I think those complexities, once you learn them, make them better. I'm a data person, and what they tell you about your business is amazing.
Yeah.
I can see how many people look at my stuff. Yeah.
There is so much that they tell you that it's boggling. It's mind boggling, everything that you can learn about your business on there. I haven't looked at half of what I should be looking at in the analytics part.
Yeah.
But eventually I'll need it. So
I like data. I mean, as you know, so I find one chart and then I go down this time warp, and I'm like, okay, it's been 2 hours. Get it together, Sarah. But it's always, it's helpful stuff. I am going to pop on to Aaron because he moved to Arkansas from Colorado. And if anyone else is from Colorado, they know Santiago's. And I would not move anywhere that does not know green chili. I have to have, and that was part of the problem in Florida too. They didn't have Mexican restaurants in Miami, and you couldn't even get it at the grocery store. I was like, fine, I'll just make some, you couldn't get anything. I was like, this is not for me. 6 months later, I'm out. It was more than just the Mexican food. There was other things happening too.
Mexican, not in Florida. Okay, I'm out of here. Pack up the bed. Pack up the house, honey.
I was born and raised in Colorado. I put green chili on almost anything. It is like it's like ketchup to me. It's like a staple for sure.
Well, you can get that in the supermarket up north. I mean, in Jacksonville area.
Up in Florida.
We have Mexican restaurants too. So
yes, yeah, I know. We have some pretty good ones here. What's up, Jenny? Jenny Girls Closet was on last weekend talking about some consignment, resale secrets. I'm 90% eBay, 10% Poshmark. And I feel like most people lean this, more full-time-ish sellers. I think Poshmark tends to be more side hustle because it's not as, you don't have to be consistent, right? On eBay, I feel like if you don't put in the time, then you won't see results. Where Poshmark, you're like, okay, cool, I have a week to do things. I can share my closet and then get sales. And then if not,
sharing my closet took so much time though. So much time that I felt was better spent listing on eBay or doing something on eBay. I don't know. That's one of the reasons that I stopped doing Poshmark is because it was easy to list on there. I mean, you could list like this, but then to share it took me an hour a day. So I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with you though that it's more of almost like a side hustle, like you said, for Poshmark versus eBay. A lot of eBay people, it seems like they're full time. They're really into it. They're really beating the pavement for their business. So
yeah,
that might just be me, but
no, I get that sense too. There's definitely a couple of Poshmark, big Poshmarkers that only do Poshmark and make it work. But I feel like the majority of people that do it as a bigger income, either full time or a large portion income, at least have some kind of eBay. So I suck it out. And it finally, with the help of Duncan and Chris, this month, I just did my YouTube video on how my May was. So hopefully I'll release it this week if I get time to edit it and stuff. But finally, my eBay sales have finally gotten close to Poshmark. So that's good.
That's really good.
So you were mostly on eBay. Did you say how you got into reselling? Did I miss that?
No.
I interrupted you.
I didn't say it.
Okay.
You missed it, Sarah. What's wrong with you? No, I wanted to stay at home. I wanted to do something other than, well, not really even stay at home. I wanted my own business is what I should have said. And I don't remember how. I knew about reselling, but I really didn't do anything with it. and then I was looking on YouTube, and I was looking up, reselling and some information about it. And I found videos. I can't even remember whose videos I found, but it was like big videos,
Yeah.
Oh, and I got into Amazon before I got into anything, by the way. I forgot.
Oh,
I
really?
did Amazon too.
That's intense. That is scary.
So I got into Amazon, and then I started getting into Poshmark. Poshmark was my second, thing that I got into. I had all this jewelry, a ton of jewelry, because I used to sell jewelry, and I just wanted to get rid of it. And so I got rid of it on Poshmark. It sold really well on Poshmark. I mean, I lost a lot of money, but it sold really well. I just wanted to get rid of it. When you have something in your house and you're just like, okay, I can't stand it one more day. It's got to go. That's how I felt. And so that's what I did on Poshmark. And then I got into eBay. Well, I did Mecari too for a while. Have you done Mecari yet?
No, I'm not on Mecari. I can only tackle one at a time. I feel like I got a handle on Poshmark, and then maybe once I get a handle on eBay, I'll branch out. But I also,
it wasn't I didn't make as many sales on Mecari as I did. I made a few, but I didn't make as many sales as I did on Poshmark. So I didn't really keep it up. But Mecari and eBay are like going head to head now. Mecari's trying to get that eBay business away from them. So I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard they are really cranking out. But then I heard too that they just recently limited new people to their listings. Like you can only list 100 items. And I was like, well, yeah.
That sounds like eBay to me.
Well, eBay, you can list more. You just have to pay for it. But Mecari, I think you can't. My guess is they're new and probably grew faster, and they don't have enough server space. Oh. And they want to make sure you're legit. You're not just going to put a bunch of stuff on there and then just keep it, right? Because that takes up their server space if you're not really going to sell it. Flipping Gals is saying Mecari are hit or miss for us. That's what I keep hearing. And if you guys sell on Mecari in the chat, let me know. I've heard too that it's lower priced items, but then I have a friend who sells similar items to what I sell, like purses and shoes, higher end stuff. And she said she's been doing pretty well on there too. And 10%.
That I love.
Yeah.
That I love.
That's what I think it might be my next one. But I'm also little tip between just me and you, don't tell anyone. On social media, I appear to have my shit together because people are always like, oh, you look so organized. And I don't. I am so completely disorganized that having another platform just stresses me the F out because I'm afraid I'm going to forget to take it off or ship something wrong.
I think before I do any other platforms, I mean, other than Amazon, and Amazon's I haven't sent anything there in months because they're just before, the thing that we're going through. But with eBay, I what was I going to say? Crap.
Oh, we were talking. Oh. Yeah, no, it's okay. Because I said something and then and see, now I don't remember what I said either. If anyone remembers what we were talking about.
I know what I was going to say. I was going to say, if I get, or when I get back into either Mecari or even Poshmark, both, I'm definitely going to get a, it's not a relister. What's it called? It's where you can list several different places at one time and it keeps them all.
Oh,
so you keep organized.
Yeah. So I use List Perfectly, and I'm a huge fan of that. I mean, I go with what makes you comfortable and what you feel. I'm a really big fan of theirs. I love the women who run it. You can tell that they're passionate about it and very supportive of the community. And then you can keep it all in one place. I go back and forth with that though, and I use a lister because then she lists for me, but then she won't put it in List Perfectly because she doesn't like it. But then she lists for me, so then I don't have to list it, right? And so
she works for you. Come on.
She would. I take it back. She would, but she's like, I don't like doing it this way, so I'm going to charge you for the amount of time it takes me on top of this because I'm not. She's been listing on eBay for 15 years. So she can cruise through an eBay listing in 30 seconds, where on List Perfectly, it's a whole different format. She doesn't know how to use it, so it was taking her.
You can't pull them from eBay into List Perfectly?
You could, but then she's charging me for the time to do all of that.
Well,
yeah.
That
so I know. And she rocks out the eBay listing. So right now I'm just doing that. And then Posh on eBay so far, fingers crossed, I haven't had any mishaps of I'm less concerned. Poshmark, if something cancels, Like if I can't find an item, I'm just like, sorry. eBay, I'm terrified. Have you like lost an item on eBay?
I
And
did. I
what did
lost
you
an
do?
item. I canceled the order, and I mean, it's against me. It's still there, against me. And then wouldn't believe it, but well, you would believe it. I was cleaning out a closet. There was the dadgum order. Weeks later, I went ahead and mailed it to the guy, but
Yeah,
just
that's
out of
what.
goodwill.
So on that note, this was in Poshmark, but I sent something out, and we were on vacation somewhere, so maybe last summer it was. But I sent it out the day before we went on vacation, and then we were gone. But I kept looking, and I was like, this one is not tracking yet. It's not tracking. So it'd been like 5 days, and we're on vacation. And so I'm like calling the post office, yelling at them. And they're like, ma'am, we can't do anything for a week. Call us back in a week. And then we got home, and my husband was like, Sarah, did you send it out? I was like, yes, I sent it out. And he's like, just go look.
Oh no! Oh, no.
And I did not send it out. And so I was like, oh, damn. I just yelled at the post office and was stressed out all of our vacation. But I mean, that was fortunate, right? And so I sent it to the person, and they were understanding. But I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And had we been home, I just would have gone down and looked like that day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Grumpy Thrifters. We just recently started Mecari, and we've had good sales. We're selling items that are lightweight. The shipping is cheaper on Mecari for lightweight items. I have heard that. That's the thing with eBay too. And then Mecari, like learning all the different. I came from Poshmark. Listing is easy. Shipping is easy. I mean, you have to share and do that kind of stuff, but all the other stuff, I feel like I'm finally learning how to ship on eBay, and not like have an anxiety attack every time I get a sale. Like, oh my God, how am I going to ship this? And I only do like clothes and purses and shoes. I can't even imagine like trying to get like ginormous things into. Sounds awful.
Okay. I try not to sell anything that's big. I know that's horrible, but big stuff scares me. It scares me to like, how much is it going to cost? And I have to go figure it out before I list it. And it's just, I mean, I don't know. That's just me though.
I had a guest on, if you guys watch Sell Quick, Ship Quick. Sorry, that's my family like knows I'm on YouTube. Like they don't know, but it's like they always try and call when I'm on a call. Oh, Sell Quick, Ship Quick. If you guys follow them on Instagram or on YouTube, I had them on here a few weeks ago. And the guy is like, I try and find things that are going to be a challenge. Like he is specifically finding things that are going to be hard to ship and be like, oh yeah, I should like, it's like a challenge for him. And I'm like, oh, that's
my
awful.
Gosh. Yeah, no, not me.
Yeah. So I know you do books. What other things do you do?
Books, a lot of books and DVDs. Not so many DVDs right now, but books sell really well for some reason, depending on what you've priced them at. I do postcards and some old letters. I don't have many old letters posted, but I have a few. And then, like, I don't know, I have a few clothes on there, but I'm getting away from the clothes. You can see my hanger right here. It's got clothes on it, but I hate doing clothes. I hate measuring. Hate it.
Oh, so that's like the majority of what I do. So where do you source at? Are you doing like used books, new books?
Yeah, I get them at the bins. They're 20 cents a piece at the bins. They also have them at the Goodwill, 3 for $1. So, I mean, you can't beat 20 to 33 cents for a book.
Yeah, but what's the return on them?
I was going to look. I think the cheapest one I have is like $2 or $3. So I'm making, a couple 100% return if I paid 20 cents for it?
And they're probably pretty easy because you can scan them, right? I just learned that on eBay. You can scan it and the information comes up.
You can if you have a scanner that's hooked up. I have one, but I haven't, so I just input it.
You can do it on your phone because I've done it on my phone.
Oh, but I list everything on my computer, on my desktop.
Well, so I wonder if you did it and then saved it as a draft and then did it on your computer. Or if you're used to typing it. I was just, we got rid of a bunch of DVDs and I started looking a couple of them up and I was like, I want to do this for $3. And then a lot of the ones that so what do you do for shipping? Because a lot of the ones I was looking up were like $2 in free shipping. And I was like, well, now I'm not making anything.
Doing that. Yeah, I don't know how they're doing that. I always charge $4 flat rate shipping. For my DVDs or my books. Sometimes I have to pay a little bit more than the $4 if the book is heavier, but overall it kind of, it evens itself out.
And you can do
just,
media, right? Which is cheaper.
I can, which is cheaper, but I've had 2 things in the last month lost by media mail, which I had to, I didn't get them back. I had to refund the guy's money or the 2 people's money. So I've started shipping out first class. I'm hoping that I don't lose as many first class. I don't know. I might still, but I haven't.
I don't have any idea what the difference is because I don't do any media stuff. I just know that it's cheaper.
It is cheaper. It's like $2.80, I think, is the cheapest media versus like almost $4, maybe a little over $4 for the other. But the only thing is first class, if you go over that pound, forget it. So if it's a book that's over a pound, I'm going to have to do it media mail. I can't do it first class.
Yeah. Otherwise you go into priority and then it's I know.
I'd be paying them to take my book.
I know. That's like eBay mistakes is learning your shipping, because there's definitely times that I'm like, well, crap. I should have shipped that. I should have priced that a little differently. So let's check in with the chat and then we'll talk about our successes. If anyone has questions for us as well, definitely feel free to ask. Let's see. Resell secrets. I've had that happen a few times. I messaged the buyer. So she's probably talking a few minutes ago.
Oh.
I get lost in the chat.
When you lost an order. Yeah.
Yeah. When you lose an order. I've asked if there's anything of similar value they would like, and ask, would you like me to cancel the order? If the buyer requests, it's not a defect. And I have heard that.
Ooh. Nice tip.
Yeah,
Wow.
Someone told me that the other day. I actually, now that I'm saying that, 2 weeks ago, I lost an item. We moved a couple of months ago, and I'm pretty sure I was so sick of looking at this item, and I had a friend who thought it was cute, and I was like, just take it. You can have it. But I don't remember for sure because I couldn't find it for sale on PoshMark. I had no idea, and we moved, and I was like, I've looked everywhere. But she bought a couple other things in a bundle, and I was like, you can have anything you want up to this price range, even $10 more than what she had bought it for. And she's like, oh yeah, this is cute, I'll take this too. And I was like, oh. It was an hour of stress as I was waiting for her to message me back, oh my God, eBay is going to give me the naughty list. Let's see. So you can scan directly on your phone via the eBay app. Oh yes, that's what we're talking about. Our Goodwill sells their books for $3 or more. They're saying, I think our bins are cheap, but I think our stores are pretty expensive.
Dang. Our Goodwill, or not Goodwill, what's the other one called? Salvation Army. They sell theirs for $2 up. So, but now that I can get them for 20 cents, I even don't want to pay $1 on half price day. I don't know. I feel like, I don't want to pay $1. I'll just go get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, but especially if you're only selling them for, a couple bucks, 50 cents, eat into that margin. So Alicia's asking, what app do you use on the phone to scan your books? Can you also scan DVDs? Yeah, so it's in eBay. When you go to, let me look at my eBay. When you go to list an item, there's, okay. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this on the app, but there's this little picture button. And then anything that has a barcode, you can scan the barcode and it'll come up.
You have to change it on the top from picture to barcode. You see on the top there?
Oh, do you? Okay, I must have just had that last time. Oh, yeah. Yes. But yeah, so that's pretty easy. If you, especially I've done it, I don't sell a lot. I get the idea after I talk to someone like you that's oh, this is where it's at. And I'm like, yeah, cool, I'm going to do it. But it's nice to look up comps because then you can just quickly, you exactly are scanning what it is. And you can look up comps.
Yes.
Okay, we are caught up. Let's talk about your successes for the week. Actually, no, because it's just you. We have time. I don't mean that to sound terrible. Because
no, it didn't.
It's wonderful you.
Just me.
Sometimes I have 3 people on, so we can't get too in depth about it. But I had 2 people call or cancel today, so I'm glad you could come on too. They schedule ahead. One's not feeling well. Hopefully it's not the dreaded. Yeah. But so let's talk your high level goal, year or just your business in general. Where do you see yourself going either by the end of the year or I want my business to be at this place in life?
Okay. hold on a minute. Let me look at I have a listing. I have a listing goal, which will determine, how much I make.
Oh, yes, right. And everybody in the chat too. So this is, while she looks at that, this is for everybody, accountability. Drop a note down below, and this will change over time, obviously, but it kind of just helps you stay accountable. What is your business goal? Either, like for the year or the month, or for me, I'll start while you do it.
Okay.
For me, by time my children are all in school all day, which my youngest hopefully starts half day preschool. So he'll be in school all day if everything goes back to normal in 2 years. So in like 2 to 3 years, I would like to replace my corporate America income with reselling. And I'm giving it 2 years because then I'll be able to work, regular hours. And then it gives me time to kind of build up to it. So that's kind of like my high level. I'd like to replace that income and still be able to be home and take them to school and pick them up. And if I need to, someone's sick or whatever, have the flexibility. That's kind of my high level goal.
I don't guess I really have a high level goal. I should, a high level goal. I should, but my main goal right now is, I've only been doing this since November, I think, selling on eBay. Well, actually, eBay was like January or February. I started eBay. I've had an eBay account for 20 plus years, but I haven't sold with reselling. But my goal right now is to get 200 items a month listed on eBay, which breaks down to about 10 items a day. No, 10 items a day would be Monday through Friday.
Like 7 hours a day. Oh, yeah. So like
I list Monday through Friday, and
10
I try
items
and list
a day.
10 items a day. So that would be
5
200.
days a week. Yes.
So I'm sorry, I have squirrel syndrome.
No, help me out. Yeah. No, help me out, because I get like so into our conversation, and then I'm like, okay, let me scroll back to 10 minutes ago and check in. What were we talking about? So help me out.
But that's my goal. So I'm hoping by the end of this year, and I'm giving myself like a 200 leeway here. I'm hoping to I have almost 200 listed right now. My computer does this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's done it this whole time, but I'm hoping to have 1,200 items listed by December.
Oh, nice. So that's a goal for sure.
So, and if I have, I have like 200 now, and I sell approximately 1 item a day, which is definitely, that's not even part-time sales. You know what I'm saying? But I'm hoping, that's 200, and I sell 1 item a day. So 2, 3, 4. So every month I'd be selling 2 items, 3 items, 4 items.
Yeah.
So by the end of December, maybe I'll be selling 5 or 6 items a day. That's my goal. I know I can list it. I know I can do that. As far as getting the sales to come, now that's just kind of, I wouldn't say it's luck, but it's like, does the person that wants this item, are they looking at when they're looking? So.
Well, that's when you'll start looking at your data.
That is true. That is true.
That is, and not just because I am a data person for sure, but that is what I've done this year or this month. And my eBay sales, I don't want to get too into it because I just did videos on it. So you guys can watch the videos, but my eBay sales in May were like 300% above normal. And it was just looking at, I've been on there for 6 months, and I was like, I could not, with the help of Duncan and Chris, they kind of showed me and gave me some tips. But going through and like actually looking at what my items were doing, instead of, I felt like on Poshmark, you put it there, and as long as you share it to the top, people are like, oh, this is what's at the top, I'll buy it. Right. And now you're competing with people like Duncan and Chris who know what they're doing, and your stuff just gets, in the mix of it. So I think having the items there, but then starting to figure out how to get them to sell. So let's check in with the chat. Jenny Girls Closet. My goal for my business is to get all inventory on every selling platform that is out there and then maintain it. Oh my God, that just stressed me out.
You know how many selling platforms are out there, Jenny's girl?
I know. Lots. And she does. And maybe she can tell us, Jenny, tell us how many items you have. She was on my call last week. She does consignment, and she has a lot of inventory. I don't remember how many. Maybe she'll drop a note, but and then of course, Victoria, can you tell us all the eBay tips Duncan wants to know? I have to ask in all of the chats.
Duncan, we got the tips from you, so
If you do, on that note, and I will say, I've said it a couple times, and Victoria, he's helped Victoria out as well on eBay. Duncan does sell a eBay, I'm going to butcher the name, but it's like an eBay, it's a PDF book, eBay ebook, right? With basically how to eBay. So if you're interested in purchasing that, you can reach out to me, or I think probably Duncan directly as well. And it's very helpful.
Wonderful book, you guys. Wonderful book.
Yeah. I mean, my eBay sales have tripled. I'm up 300%. So my goal is to list 5 items daily on PoshMark, eBay, and Mecari. We are also sending in lots to ThreadUp and increasing the price when it first gets there to maximize our return. Do you do ThreadUp? Well, you don't do a lot of clothes. Do you do ThreadUp at all?
No. What do they mean? They're sending clothes into ThreadUp? I thought
Yeah.
ThreadUp. Okay, I'm a little confused.
Well, so, and this, I'm going to have someone on for ThreadUp. Let me make a note of that, because I've never done it. But a lot of people do it with sale inventory. I think, and maybe the grumpy thrifters can clarify for us, I think it's almost like consignment. Like you send it in to them and then they sell on their platform because people are going directly, like it's a bigger platform.
Oh.
And then they ship it out and you get a portion of your sale. So I think it's like an online consignment store, I think. But grumpy thrifters can keep it or let us know if I said that right.
I might look into that. I didn't even think about ThreadUp because I just told Todd today, my husband, Todd today, I said, you know what, if these don't sell within like the next 4 weeks, I'm going to donate them back to the thrift store. So maybe I'll send them into ThreadUp instead, see if I can get anything out of them.
And see, yeah, keep me posted. I know a lot of people have done that. I usually just mark it down and like clearance it out in hopes to either have someone bundle it with something else, or even if I don't make money off of it, it kind of gets sales going. Because I'm like, I've already listed this. I've already taken the picture. Like, I've already done the work. Jenny Girl's Closet says, I have 15 items on Poshmark for reselling business. Jenny Girl's Closet, and 1,200 for my consignment shop. So she has 2 different shops that she manages, 2,700 items on all platforms. That sounds like...
You're amazing.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
And I think she might have a staff though too. Lovely Lotus was on last week. Let's check in with how she was doing. She's doing List Perfectly to get all of her items cross-posted. About 300 cross-listed and 700 to go. Girl, you are cranking them out. It's very tedious work. Yeah.
Almost halfway there. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's a major accomplishment.
It is very, I mean, it's nice to use. If you do decide to do it, it is nice and significantly easier to use one of those extensions. Let's see. Okay, so Jenny, for ThreadUp, you use them as a consignment option for better things. Let's see what that means. I'm making notes so that I remember to come back in.
Well, I know ThreadUp, I've seen people buy boxes from ThreadUp of clothing that they then resell. And maybe, is that what she means?
Yeah, well, so you can send stuff to them, but then you can also purchase from them as well. So I think there's 2 different things. Let's see. I see people post such low payouts from ThreadUp, scared to try them. Agreed.
Oh.
I am going to have someone on my channel to talk about it because I don't really know, and it seems like a lot of people are interested. Miss Taylor is saying, would love info on how to get Duncan's ebook. If you want to send me or Victoria, if that's okay, a DM, or Duncan, if you want to pop on and say how she can get in contact with you about Duncan's book. Okay, your high-level goal is to list that many. So what are you going to do this week to get to that goal? There you go, organized.
I print this out. Yep. Yes, I print this out every week. It gives me my dates. It gives me what I need to do each day for YouTube and listing. And then down here it has boxes. This is what I'm going to list of my death pile. This is what I'm going to list of my postcards. I can never say that word. Ephemia, whatever you say it. And then down here is just notes that I want to remember. So, and then as I go through, I just cross everything off. And like today, I was gone this weekend. I had a family emergency, so I didn't get any. It's okay now, but I didn't get any work done this weekend, and I didn't get to listen to your stuff that you sent me either. So I still need to do that. But so I didn't get anything listed today because I was catching up from Friday. So tomorrow I'm going to be very busy listing. So that is how I keep track of my week. If I didn't have this,
So this isn't what yours looks like. This, and then this, and then this. And then
Well,
also I have notes on my phone. And then I have a calendar that I don't actually ever really use.
See, now I can't even find it, but I do have one of those. I was going to show, oh, here. I do have one of them. I had these notes. I have these notes.
Yes, that's how I roll. That is absolutely how I roll.
But this is just like extra stuff that I want to do or I want to remember. And if I cross it off here, that means it's on here because I don't want to get rid of it. It's something that I want to keep for a while.
So let's talk about this because I do think that this is really helpful information on how to stay organized and meet those goals. So you have like, I mean, it was kind of hard to really see. You have like each day because you do, and that's the hard. Yeah, let me. Did that make you big? Nope.
Nope.
Nope, that makes me big. Can I make you big or just me?
Yeah, just put your, click on the little thing in my picture, that little box within my picture.
Oh, your picture down here?
Yeah, there you
go.
Now,
thank you for teaching me.
Now,
yes.
If you click it again, I should go back down.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yep, we're good. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, no, you're good. I wanted to make sure like we didn't lose everything. Okay.
So can you see it?
Yes. So is each row like this is YouTube, or that's just your list for the day?
This is mainly YouTube up here. This is eBay down here, just to give myself checks when I've gotten the different stuff that I wanted to list. This all down here is just notes, things that I want to remember, people that I want to invite on my show. This is YouTube. This is this week's schedule. I accidentally didn't print it off right this week, so I got to reprint it. This is supposed to be this week's schedule for my interviews. This is next week's schedule for my interviews. So I'm a week ahead of myself. And then when I get something done, like when I do my sale or when I can't even read it. When I, send my link to my guest or whatever, then I cross it off. When I list my stuff, I'll put a check down here so that I know I need at least this many checked each day.
That it might be my goal for this week. No, that's a lie. That's not going to be my goal for this week. That's going to go on my list of things to get done. So this is where I'm really trying to work on my business and probably my goal for the month. Again? Oh yeah, sorry.
I can't see you.
You don't want to just hear me talk. It's like a voiceover. No. Oh wait, no, hold on. There we go. That's kind of my high level goal for the past month or two is to get my life together because I feel like I'm a chicken with my head cut off and I have all these ideas and then I like go to do it and then other things fall behind. Like I am not an organized person by nature. I need to like overcompensate. So I'm going to put it as my monthly goal because I know it's not going to happen this week.
If you have something like this, I used to use this when I worked as a administrative assistant. This is exactly how I kept track of my day. I had certain things I needed to do on Wednesday, certain things I needed to do. And some of these things, you can move them around. If you see like my Thursday is my busiest day of the week, well, if I can't get some of that done, I can move it over to Friday if I need to. So you can kind of switch and swap it during the week if something comes up.
Does anybody let's shout out some ideas how people do this. Do people in the chat do stuff like this too? Or is everyone just run around with a chicken like their head cut off and try and get as much done for the day as they can without yelling at their kids too much? Because that's kind of the life that I live.
I'm like, you guys keep track of your day. Get the things that you want done. I have to have a list. Otherwise, me and chaos we're not good together.
Yeah, I go back and forth because lists kind of stress me out because then when I don't get anything done, I am like, I didn't get anything done. And then I look at it and I'm like, this is a huge list where if I just am like, my kids are being quiet, let me like just start knocking things out. But I do think that the more that I have been writing things down and trying to manage them, the less stressed I feel.
Yes.
And Chris from A Daily Refinement, if you guys follow him at all, he told me in one of our lives that your brain is meant to come up with ideas and not keep them. And so writing them down helps you not, and it's absolutely worked for me because I will write it down and then like I can sleep at night. Like I'm not up all night like thinking about this. I just write it down. And then, but then I also feel like I'm not being as productive because I write it down and then I don't have this anxiety. Like I have to get it done. And I'm like, oh, it's already written down. Like I'll get to it in 6 months.
Okay. Another tip for you. If I'm laying in bed and I think of something I have to do, I will set an alarm for myself and I will name the alarm for the next day, and I will name the alarm, don't forget, and whatever it is. And then that way when it goes off, oh, I'm glad I did that because I would have forgot that. It's just another idea for you, you know, when your alarm goes off.
Probably 10 of those a day set.
I do too. I have an alarm set
usually
for my morning show, my afternoon show. Because I don't want to miss them, you know? I mean,
yeah. Well, and then I snooze them, whatever. I set something today and I just snoozed it all day. Because every time it came up, I was like, I can't get to that right now. And so then I would snooze it for an hour. And then now that we're talking, I'm like, yeah, I just snoozed that all day. I'm going to have to get to that tomorrow. It's kind of hard because things are opening up. So we're going back to life. And now, like, I have 3 kids and I have to, like, my daughter had like a nature class today. So now I have to like take her places and do things. And so now life is a bit more chaotic for us. Okay, let's see what people in the chat are doing. Lots of people are joining Duncan's chat or Duncan's group. You guys will absolutely enjoy it. When you send, we're talking about, let's go back up to ThreadUp. Yes. So Grumpy Thrifters, when you send in the items, they give you a specific time where you can go in and increase the price. So they may price an item at 15, but you can go in and increase it to 60% of the retail. So then when it sells, they ship it out and you get a percent, right? I think that's how I'm understanding it.
That is so much like Amazon. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. But I think I've heard back and forth about how they price things really low. And so your payout. But if it's stuff you're going to donate anyways, right?
That's what I was thinking. If I'm going to donate it anyways, I might as well get something out of it.
Yeah. So no one else is having, lovely Lotus. I'm very listy. Anyone else have great tips? I need to like sit down and come up with something like that to organize my life. I think it would be helpful. So that's my goal. You're listening. You already have all your goals for the week. Like,
yeah, she said we're going through goals and what we did last week, and I'm like, well, crap! I already tore up last week's goal sheet. But I do know what I did.
Yes. Well, let's talk about like one of your big successes. Like, what if you can remember, like something that was on your list. Not like your normal, because you do a morning and night YouTube call, and you do like, was there something on that you were like, I'm going to try and get to this, or like it was like a big win, like, yay, I got to cross that one off?
Well, I have clothes that I actually purchased from Belk at a deep discount. It's a clothing store. Well, it's more than clothing. It's kind of like a Sears.
Oh, okay.
It must be a Southern chain, but it's just this really expensive store called Belk. So I had some clothes I bought at like 95% off. They were having this really good discount. And I thought, okay, these are going to be new with tags. I'm going to list them. I hate doing clothing, but I bought them anyway. Well, I never did them. So last week, that's one of the things I did is I went and I listed, I think it was 3 of them. I listed 3 of those. And I just felt like, you know,
weight lifted,
I did it. So if I can do 3 of them a week, you know, it won't take me that long to get through. I think I have like 10 or 12 items. So yeah.
You'll get there. That's funny because but I could see going from books to clothes would be like, books would be pretty easy to like, how many pictures do you do for books? Like I would be like, there's 2 pictures.
Yeah. Front and the back. That's all I do. Front and the back. Now, unless it's like ripped or something, I'll take pictures of that. Or like a recipe book, I might take a picture of the recipe, you know, one of the recipes in it, something like that. But usually just 2 pictures.
And is it enough? Because don't they say you have to have so many pictures for things to come up on eBay, or does it just matter by the category?
Well, they say you can have, I think it's up to 12, but I haven't had any problems selling the books with just a couple of pictures.
Yeah, because I would be like, like, what do you, because sometimes I'll get clothing or shoes, and I'm like, okay, like, here's a picture of the corner. Here's a picture of the collar. Because I want to, like, I've heard you should always, like, use all the pictures. And so I'm like, well, I've taken all of, like, the pictures that I can think of. So now, like, here's a picture, you know, like, just, and people don't scroll through them.
No, they don't. And most people, well, I don't say most, a good percentage of people, they use the, what is it called? eBay will provide you with a picture of, I don't remember what that's called. The picture that they will, the catalog picture, you know, like.
eBay gives it to you?
Yeah, eBay has, like on books, they have a catalog picture of that
Well, no
book.
wonder you hate posting or listing clothes.
Well, I used to. Wait a second, though. I used to do
Oh,
that,
okay.
but I don't anymore because Duncan said, Victoria, you really need to take a picture of that. Well, Duncan and Larry said you need to take a picture of the book in the front and the back, and so that's what I started doing. And I think people look at the books that have those pictures over the stock photo. That's what it is. I couldn't remember what it's called.
But
Over the
eBay
stock photo.
But eBay provides it, right? Because for clothes, like I
Right.
do clothes and stuff, and if you use a stock photo on eBay,
Yeah.
they are like,
They don't
no.
like it. Yeah. No,
But
they
they'll
provide
provide
this
it for
one.
the,
Some of them, not all books. It depends
yeah.
on how old it is and stuff like that. But I don't use them anymore because it's so easy to take a couple of snapshots and upload them, and
Yeah.
and it does help sales, I think, because people actually see the exact condition of your book.
Yes. And I would agree with that. Because that's one thing. I am like the worst Amazon buyer because I don't read any of the stuff. I'm like, well, the picture looked bigger. And my husband was like, it's a picture. Like I bought a bonsai tree, right? And I'm like, the picture looks bigger. And he's like, it's a picture of a bonsai tree with a white background. Like, how do you know how big it looks? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe in my head I was thinking, and it came, and it wasn't as small as some of the other things that I've ordered. But I feel like on Amazon, oftentimes, like the picture that they put up there is not always the item that you're going to receive. And for those buyers who don't like read all the details, I am absolutely the buyer that we complain about. I'll just let you guys know that right now. Like, did you, I'll ask for measurements, even though it's like the second item that you said, in the pictures. Well, so that's a big win you're getting through. I can totally see why you hate doing clothing when books are that easy.
Yeah, but I love buying it. I love finding like Under Armour and Victoria's Secret, and I love finding those because I feel like, oh my gosh, I found something that other people love, which is why I just when I auction the clothing off. I'll find it at the bins and I'll auction it off on eBay. I mean, YouTube. I have some friends that do YouTube auctions. I just auction it off to other sellers.
Oh, who does these auctions? I've heard of these things. You have friends that do them?
Yeah, NASCAR 3345 does them with Alexis, which is, I think it's KIT Enterprises Incorporated is hers. We did one today at 2, and I bought these, for example, at the bins. Aren't they cute? They still have tags and everything. And I auctioned them off today. So, I mean, that was a quick sale for me. Didn't get as much as I would have got on eBay. I actually
you didn't have to list anything. Oh, you did.
Actually, I
but for
have
other
listed,
stuff.
but I don't like it when stuff sits and doesn't sell.
Yeah.
Am I back? Okay. So, I pulled them today, and I just figured I would sell them on the auction if they wanted to buy them. So, and I sold them, so that was good.
That's cool. I've heard people that have done that. I don't. Yeah, YouTube can be a time suck as well.
It can.
So I have to limit myself because I'm like watching one video and then it's like, this is suggested for you. I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds amazing. And then 4 hours later, I'm like, well, I've got nothing done.
Sarah, this is the 4th YouTube show I've been on today. 2 of them were my own. But
oh, well, yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on mine.
No, I wanted to. I was excited when you emailed me.
Yeah, that's fun. On that note, this is open to anybody who wants to come. Send me a DM if you would like to join. It's every Monday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard. Open to anybody. You don't have to have a YouTube channel. You don't have to have social media. You do have to be a reseller. I'm going to draw the limit there because that's what we talk about. But you don't have to be a big reseller. You can say, hey, I'm just starting this and I want to talk. It's accountability for all ends of the spectrum. So that was your big win for the week. Congrats. I'm trying to think of I don't even know what I did. And maybe you've had a list. I would know. I feel like, so I have 3 children. This whole stay-at-home orders were almost easier because we just couldn't go anywhere. And it's like, we're staying at home, we're all together. And now like trying to figure out how to navigate back into the world with the children and them, like I'm realizing how scary it really was for them. Especially because I have a 3 and I don't think the 3-year-old really gets much. But the 5-year-old is like, there's like not a big monster out here, mom. Like in her mind, it's like, and it's hard to explain. So I am trying to still get a lot done, but taking like be more efficient in what I'm doing. And a couple things that have helped with that. I got a thermal printer, which if you're a reseller, that's probably not a big thing. But for me, I don't want to say cheap. I'm very frugal. And I wasn't ever making enough sales that I thought it was worth it. But I got one and set it up yesterday, and holy moly, it is glorious. Do you have a thermal printer?
I have one of the smaller ones that gives you like the address type labels.
Yeah.
I've got it for Amazon because you have to print out those little labels that they have you print out and put over the UPC. But I haven't used it with anything with my eBay. I only use it for Amazon.
Yeah. Well, and you're doing one sale a day. So it's just printing that one out. And that's where until I was getting to like, I don't know, this last month it was, well, I had like a lot of sales a day, more than I was before. I don't remember the numbers, and I don't want to tell you either because I have a video dropping that I don't want you, like, I want you guys to watch that too. But I got to the point where I was like, you know, putting tape on it wasn't a big deal, but putting on tape on 10 packages and cutting them off, like, you know, that's 5 or 10 minutes now if you're doing 10 packages. So highly recommend it if you're to that point. They are, I mean, the one I got was like $200, so I didn't love that.
Yeah.
But then you don't have to buy ink.
When I get up that high, you know, doing more sales a day, I will get me a thermal printer because right now I print it out on a piece of paper and then I cut the stupid label out, put it in a label holder and put it on there. And, you know, 10 packages a day, that would take forever.
Yeah, I folded it, so it saved a little bit of time.
Oh, well, one side of my page has the label, one side has the thank you or the
oh, yes, invoice. On eBay. So yes, on eBay. Yeah, on eBay. On PoshMark, I folded it. You're right. On eBay, you can just do that. So that was one of the big ones. It doesn't sound amazing. And I also, I debated, our thrift stores are open. They haven't been great. And I still have inventory from another purchase that I had. And so I debated sourcing this weekend or organizing. And typically I would pick sourcing. But I stayed home this weekend and kind of like reorganized things. So now that I'm like doing stuff, like everything's right there, like in hopes to make things a bit more efficient. Cause we just moved a couple weeks ago or like a month ago. So things were put away, but not like fully put away. So it doesn't sound like anything big, but hopefully that will help me.
That is huge. You know how much organizing your stuff, even just let alone your reselling stuff, just organizing your life like that.
Yes, your life.
It helps you. It helps you not go crazy trying to find stuff. It helps you. Your day just goes by so much smoother. I know when I organize my office, it's like, and it needs a long way to go. But when I organized it enough that I could tell where stuff was, I mean, I would have a sale and I'm like, crap. Now I got to go through that big old pile of stuff and find it. So it's amazing what organization will do.
Yes. The anxiety over having a good sales day is like 98% gone, because as awful as it is, my husband used to like give me a hard time. I'm like, I sold like so much today. And he's like, isn't that a good thing? And I'm like, yes, but now I have to like go, and I kind of like I label things, but they never really like made sense, and then I would like forget to do one, and that is one thing. So I have like legitimately gotten a lister now, and she's on me. She's like, Sarah, this doesn't have an inventory number on it. I'm not listing it until you get me an inventory number. And where I would have just listed it and then be like, shit, it's sold. Where is it? So she keeps me accountable to tell me like I need an inventory number.
That's which worth her weight in gold.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. I wouldn't. She's worth every penny. Sarah Styles, the thrift store is getting better each week. I dipped in today and it was actually full again. That is good to know. I think I'm gonna try and get some stuff done this week and try and source this weekend. Because I haven't been in like 3 months. It's crazy.
I have gone to my Goodwill, but I haven't gone to the bins yet. The bins is still a little scary for me because it's like people piled on top of people on one bin, you know, and
do they not have?
Well, they say they have, but I don't know. I just haven't gone yet. I'm diabetic too, which is, you know, what these things I wear. So I just have to be careful around people with this thing going on. So I haven't quite got my nerve up to go to the bins, but I will soon, hopefully.
Our bins, I haven't been to the bins yet, but our bins, from talking to other resellers here, they only let 30 people in at a time for 2 hours. You can only have one person, like they have X's that you stand on when they bring out a new row. You can only have one person at a bin. It makes it harder because you can't get like whatever's in your bin is what's in your, like it's not,
Right.
you can't get as good a stuff as you did before. But it seems like they're like everyone has to have a mask on. You can't put stuff back, stuff like that. But I was talking to a friend who went this weekend and she said it's much more competitive than it used to be because you only get that one bin, right? Like before it was like, oh, like we would make friends and I didn't find this,
Right.
have it. And now, especially the full-time resellers, they're like, well, I don't get to come back. Like, I can't be here all day. I get one bin for 2 hours. Like, I have to get what I can get.
So what do? You have one bin and they just keep piling it on stuff on it? Or?
No, so they still do rotations, but like when the new stuff, this is what I'm gauging for. I haven't been yet, but they still do rotations. But then you are only allowed like in your one spot. So like they pull out new stuff and instead of like you can go wherever you want and then, oh, this bin sucks, I'm going to go down here. Like you have to stay in that one spot.
My luck was I'd get the sucky bins the whole time for the whole 2 hours.
For sure. And then I like to go for shoes because you cannot beat the price for shoes. Our stores mark up shoes. And so you can get them for bins prices, but they're never together. So you have to be able to like look at all the bins to find matches. And my friend was like, you can't get good shoes because you can't like one is here and then one's in the other one, but you can't. And then you can't trade with people either because like, she said she didn't. Yeah.
Our shoes are in like 1 or 2 bins. All the shoes, I mean, you have to look for the different pairs, but they're all in 1 or 2 bins. But I have a very small bin store. There's only like, I don't know, 2 bins, probably 12 to 24 bins. So 24 bins here and then like another 9 over here. It's a really small one.
Yeah, we have 3 in Denver Metro. I don't know which one's the biggest, but they're not. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, there's probably like 10 to 12 rows of bins with like 12 long. I mean, there's a lot of,
ours are more than 2. I was just thinking, I bet it's 4. And then there's probably 8 to 10 bins. So the bins itself is
24,
probably like 40 or something. But we do have another bin store here, but it's like an hour away from me, and I haven't been doing it. It's supposed to be huge.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. Well, I knew we could chat. We are on towards the end. So I do want everyone, I am all about shameless self-promotion. I have not said that yet, but everybody leave your handles. If you have a YouTube channel, leave it in the comments, and Instagram. If you're running a sale, leave your closets, all of that good stuff. This is absolutely shameless self-promotion. If you're watching this in the recording, feel free to do that as well. Victoria, absolutely self-promote yourself, but you're welcome to come back to when this records and put your links in the comments if you would like as well. Okay. You can put it in the chat. I can see you doing it right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, if you want to come back when it records too and put it in the comments, feel free to do that as well. And then I'd like to talk on our way out about our goal for the week. So you're on this. Like this call is made for you. You have your goals ready to go. I'm going to sit and think about what I would like to do this week while you pick a goal of yours to share. And then everyone in the chat, if you guys want to share a goal for the week as well.
Just so you know, the only one that can post their link is Duncan, by the way, because he's the only one that's blue.
Yes, and I'm still working on this because you use Zoom, right? No, you use StreamYard.
I use StreamYard, yeah.
But you have to be in YouTube to change them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? And so I always forget to do it. It took me, Duncan and my husband, he must be with the kids. They bugged me for like a month to make them moderators, and I kept forgetting. And I think Duncan might have been getting like a little hurt, like his feelings hurt by it. And I was like, my husband's not one either. Like, I just keep forgetting to do it. But that is a valid point. I will go in maybe next time, and you guys can come back and leave them in the comments as well.
My biggest thing this week for my goals is to get my 50 listings done, because I didn't get any of my 10 done today because I was trying to catch up from Friday when I missed. So I'm gonna have to do the extra 10 the next 4 days. So that's my biggest goal, is to get those done. It's just so hard, when you're not just doing eBay, but you're also like, I feel like I'm half part-time eBay, part-time YouTube, or full-time YouTube, full-time eBay.
Yes,
it's hard
that's
to
what
get
it
it
is.
all done.
In 40 hours. You're trying
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
2 full-time jobs in 40 hours for sure.
Exactly. Yes.
So when you do your listings, you do 10 a day. So you do start to finish 10 a day?
What do you
Or
mean
do you do
start to
like
finish?
draft, or do you do draft? Like I do a whole
Oh,
bunch of photos and then just have drafts because I find it easier to like crank out photos all in one sitting.
I will, like, I'll take photos and I'll have those ready and then I'll do the listing. I was doing drafts for a while and I probably should get some drafts up just to have them as if I'm sick one day, I've got some drafts
Security,
that I can
yeah, yeah.
list. But I don't have any drafts right now. But what I'll do is, like today, I haven't done it yet, but I need to scan 25 postcards because I need to list 25 postcards this week. So once those are, and those take a while to scan. Once those are scanned, then I'm ready to list them.
Oh, so
I
you just
haven't
have to
taken,
like stand there and like scan them.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
have a
that's time
flatbed
consuming.
scanner, so I have to, scan the front, then turn it over, scan the back, and then I have to go and save, each picture. I have to make sure the front and the back are the right front and the back. So it's just
Yes.
a time-consuming process. And so I
So
do that
why do
on
you,
Mondays.
yeah, why do you scan instead of take pictures?
Oh my gosh, I took pictures and they looked horrible compared to scans. Scans for
Mm,
postcards for flat items look so much better
interesting.
than pictures.
That's interesting. I don't sell anything like that, but
Yeah.
that's interesting. My goal for the week, because I'm 100% with you, I am like a full, and then I also have a dashboard. So I have like 3 full-time jobs. Supporting that, promoting that, answering IT questions on it, all of that. And I'm not building another one anytime soon. I have all these ideas of doing it, and it's very time consuming to build one. You can see in like my revenue chart, you can see the times that I'm building a dashboard because it like dips because I don't have time to like do as much reselling stuff. But my goal is to try and continue to figure out ways to make that more efficient. And so my big goal for the week is I'm trying to do a bunch of YouTube content like for the month, and I'll still do like videos here and there and the lives, but then I can have, because it's easier for me to sit down for like 3 or 4 hours and just bat out a couple YouTube videos, and then do all the editing in one session and get, videos for the month. So I'm going to try that. I don't know if you guys watch my channel, let me know what you guys think. Sometimes I feel like, oh,
Great
go ahead.
idea. I was going to say it's a great idea because I also do a question of the day, and this week I will upload next week's question of the day, so I'm always a week ahead of those.
Yeah.
But I will take one day a month and I sit down and I record a month's worth of questions of the day, and then I'll have them in a file folder on my computer. Oh my gosh, if I ever lost everything on my computer, I'd be so lost.
Do you have a I have it hooked up right now.
Do you? I don't. And I
yep,
need to get one. But
I'm not
so
always
that's
great.
what
I
do.
only put stuff on there when my computer stops working. So I'm not great about it, but my computer was slow today and I was like, all right, I have too much stuff on my computer. I need to like move it over.
But yeah, the reason I was saying that is because I don't have to worry about those videos now. They're made. Yeah. They're done. All I have to worry about is uploading a week's worth of them a week before they needed, to be on there. So if you if you pre-record your videos,
yeah,
it will take so much. I mean, that monkey will be off your back. It'll be.
That's kind of
relieved.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And we were talking, I schedule my YouTube lives a month in advance.
Yes.
My issue with, I'm going to see how it goes because I've done it in the past, and doing a month in advance, I'm like, especially right now, what I'm talking about, like what my content is today, is it going to be relevant in a month, right? Like if I'm talking about like, oh, the economy and okay, like in a month, who knows what's going to be, like, I don't want it to not be relevant. So if you guys follow me.
Try it, just do it a week ahead.
Well, that's about what I do because it takes me about a week to edit and get one uploaded.
Oh, okay.
Because I have children. And then like my video today is like my my May numbers and stuff. But if I don't get it, like if I get out in a week, then people are like, okay, it's like halfway into June, Sarah. Like no one cares about me anymore. Get it together.
Well, it's still what's sold. So, I mean, it's
it is. Yeah, it is. And people who follow me know I have kids. But so, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to do the reselling, but then how to manage keeping YouTube going. but not taking all the time in the world. So that's my goal. If you guys have tips, I think I'm going to try and work on some content calendars and stuff. Like you said, let's check in. Miss Taylor 503 is listing or relisting 17 a day. Shout out to the flipping gals. Yeah, they do that. It's so easy on Poshmark now that they have a copy feature.
Really? I haven't seen that. Oh my gosh.
It's pretty glorious. The only thing, and someone told me this last week, I think, Lotus told me last week, when you copy it over, it says copy in the beginning of the title.
Oh.
So make sure to like delete that before you relist it. Oh, well, okay. So Amber does the same thing too. Amber Resells. If you guys don't follow Amber Resells, definitely follow her on YouTube. She has great content. I know how you feel. Sometimes I put out what sold a month or two late. So as long as it's normal in the community, people understand, right?
It's still relevant. I mean, it's sold. Doesn't matter if it sold a week ago or 2 months ago. It's still sold for you.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, you guys convinced me. So if you guys don't see my video for 3 months, it's because Amber and Victoria said it was okay.
Well, we didn't mean to push for you to push. We didn't mean for you to push that snooze button every day.
That is absolutely what will happen. It is on. I actually have a reminder on my calendar tomorrow to edit it and get the thumbnails. Like videoing it is the easy part. It's the editing and the thumbnail and the description and the. Yeah, I started doing like a template. So I just changed my picture and changed the words. And then they all look kind of the same. But then I'm like, well, then people know it's me, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It's just easier.
Like, I changed my, like for my morning show, all this week has the same thumbnail, except it'll say Monday and then the date, Tuesday and the date, Wednesday and the date, so that they know that they're in the right chat. And my, what is it? My question of the day videos, same thing. In 1 week's time, they all look the same. They just have different dates. That has helped. But what takes me a long time is when I'm doing my interviews and I'm having to search for a picture for the person that's coming on and then try and make the thumbnail prevalent to them. And that takes a long time.
I don't, and that maybe I don't get as many views because of it, but I don't put a picture because I tried at the beginning and you would ask them, and nothing against people who come on, but you would ask them and they're busy too. And then you can't get one and then you have to go find it. And then, so mine are all just like they don't have pictures of people on them.
I go to people's YouTube I go to their YouTube page and get pictures, which they're sometimes kind of blurry. I can't figure out how to download them without it. And then sometimes I'll look them up on Facebook and I'll pull pictures because I figure if they're using it as their profile picture, they don't mind people seeing it. So I haven't had anybody complain yet.
Oh, yeah, because I think you did that. Yeah, I was gonna say you did that with me. You picked a cute picture. So, I was gonna say it's just the time, having to do that and put them on for every single person. I'm trying to minimize that as much as possible. So, thank you, everybody.
Monkeys on your back.
I'm trying. I know. I'm trying, especially with the summer, and I'm realizing that my kids probably need me a little bit more. I can take a bit more time off than my husband can, just because of the nature of our jobs, and so that's kind of why I do what I do. So if you guys don't see me as often too, and I'm not going to get political, I'm going to end it on this note and then you can do shameless self-promotion on our way out. Everything that's going on right now with all the things that are going on right now, it is really hard to, I'm having a hard time being on social media and trying to stay positive, uplifting. Yeah. When you're seeing so much things going on. On that note, let's do a little shameless self-promotion for Victoria. Head on over to her channel for sure. She does a lot of great content over there. I'll let her tell you all the things that she does and anywhere that she would like you to go.
Yeah, my YouTube name is Adventures in Reselling /Victoria. The Victoria is at the end. So you can look me up like that. On Instagram, I think it's Victoria_Adventures in Reselling. For some reason, I couldn't make it the same. So you can find me on Instagram. So my YouTube channel, what I do, I do Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. We have a really fun morning chat. You haven't been to one of those yet, have you? Oh, because that's like 6:30, 5:30 your time.
Yeah. Hell no.
It's 7:30 Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, that's early, but then my kids, Chris from the Daily Refinement has a morning call that I love to join.
Oh, okay.
But it's when my kid, apparently they need food in the morning and it's not, I know. The flipping gals usually do a live Instagram. I haven't made it this week, but they usually do a live Instagram, but they're in California or on Pacific time somewhere, maybe Arizona, I don't know. But then it's like 9 o'clock here, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, my kids have eaten, I can do that.
Well, my morning show, we hit on reselling some, but it's just like a way to wake up, have fun. I mean, sometimes we're kind of raunchy. It's just a lot of not really wholesome fun, but it's a lot of good laughs.
Yeah.
Then I have at 2:30 every day, Monday through Friday, comes a question of the day video. It comes out automatically, and people just can go in and answer it if they want. Fun questions. Like, I think today's question was, would you rather be a fish or smell like a fish? You know, so they just answer them. They're like, Victoria, I don't know where you get these questions from, but and then so that's at 2:30, and then at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, I do an interview show where I have other resellers on, except for Tuesday. And on Tuesdays, I do bingo, and it goes around 3 different channels. We all do bingo, and we give away prizes, and it's just a fun, let's let off steam type of thing. So that's everything that I do.
Yes, lots of fun over there on her channel. Make sure to follow. I think she shared the link, or you can definitely come back on the recording and leave it in the comments. So thank you guys so much for joining. This is a weekly call, accountability call, every Monday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard. It is open to anybody who would like to join. Even if you joined in the past, you're welcome to join again. I'm not particular. It is just, you have to be a reseller. That is like where I draw the limit. And no drama. Like, so far I haven't had an issue, but I'm going to say that, like, where I'm not having drama or people fighting or anything. But you send me a DM and you're welcome to come on the show. Even if you've been on the past, feel free to come again. It's an accountability. Come on, chat about what you're up to and what you're going to be working on in the future. So thanks so much for joining. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are not a subscriber and you like content like this, and give me a like on the way out if you liked videos like this. Leave comments down below if you have any questions, or for Victoria, I will make sure that she gets it as well. Have a good night and a great week. I'll see you guys next week.
Good night, guys.